This is going to be harder than I thought it was going to be. When I was asked to do this, I thought I had resilience and everything. I was embraced into this family more than so many years ago, I can't even count. And this is more of a reflection of life, of Papa. And this is written from the perspective of his children. And it's not perfect, but it was his perfect life for him. And anybody who knew Papa knew that once you met him, you were his child, and he considered me his daughter. Egbert Papa Aikens was born on May 9, 1929, in Rock River, Clarendon. His parents were Simeon Aikens and Irene Cameron. He was their first child with 7 other siblings. He met his wife Diana Henry in Rock River, Jamaica in 1959, and they were united in marriage on July 18, 1962. That brought about 8 children from that union. Papa was a loving and devoted husband, father, grandfather, and great-grandfather. He spent most of his years in Clarendon, Jamaica. In 1991, he migrated to the United States with his wife, where they lived with their daughter, Veronica Aikens Samuels. Papa worked as a dishwasher at the Marriott Hotel. He made Employee of the Year for 2 years in a row. He took pride in his job and was loved by his co-workers. They enjoyed his singing while he was washing his pots and pans. He was one of the chefs that would ask if they wanted to find out if their food tasted good. They would ask him, and he was known as the dishwasher taster Papa. Papa was a hard-working man. He also made sure that he always provided for his family. He taught his kids to work hard from an early age, and you've heard that this evening. It has been said over and over many times. They had chores to do every day. He would go to the fields and cut bundles of wood and tie the bundles by sizes of their ages. Everyone had their own bundle to go and pick up. If they didn't like it, Papa was just teaching them responsibility and how to have good work ethics at an early age. Winston, aka Cock, is the oldest boy, so he had to move the donkey and the goats at all times, and the girls were just there to keep his company. Papa did not get to go to school. He had to work the field with his father. He made sure that he did not listen to happen to his children, and he insisted that they attended school. Sometimes when he didn't have lunch money, he would get luncheon credit from his cousin, and until the crop come in, he will pay them. He taught us to take care of each other, whether we go to church, school, etc. We all had to make sure that we returned together. Papa warned us when we behaved was, "Le combattre don't agree." When his wife was sick, Papa was her caretaker, and he stood by her when she was in rehab for 4 weeks and never left her side. Papa was there every day from 7 a.m. to watch over his precious wife, making sure that she got excellent care when she passed away January 22, 2015, 7 years to today's date. Papa loved his children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. He would support them financially whenever they expressed a need. On the birth of each one of his grandchild that was outside the States, he would want to go visit them and vice versa, and then for them to know him, and they know him. And when he get back returned, he would boast of saying, "The Aikens family is growing," with a big smile on his face. You have heard Papa loved to tell stories about back in the days. Someone, he'll tell a story in 2 or 3 different versions. Everyone who heard the story, they would just laugh. He's always loved to sing old-time gospel song, especially with his family. Egbert and Papa Aikens' grandchildren were the apple of his eye. You've heard that tonight and you've seen how it's expressed here. He knew his children were okay, so his main concern were the grandchildren. Whenever they would come to visit, his advice to them was to always do the right thing and don't mess up the Aikens name. That was his legacy. Shante, one of his granddaughters, was always Miss Aikens for him. Rose and Carol were Papa's main caregiver. So he was well taken care of until he passed. He knew how to work his head around them and get what he wanted. He referred to Rose as pretty, baby, his confidant, and his everything. His name for Carol was Baya. These are one of his daughter, Aileen. These are her words. My papa, my king. You used to call me Blacker. I miss you. I will always be crying. But after all of the tears drop, I can live, I can laugh, and I will cherish the good times and the memories of you. I know I will be stronger because that's what you taught me. You're not only a father, but you're also a grandfather and a great-grandfather. As a child growing up, you always taught me that I'm strong, and whatever obstacle comes my way, I have the strength and the determination to overcome it. Today, I'm standing here empowered with the same words you instilled in me and tell you thanks. I love you. I miss you. I'll be strong, Papa. You have lived a good life. I couldn't have asked for a better father. I thank God for you and for the years you have given me. Most importantly, Papa was a man of God with a strong faith, and he always instilled that in us. He lived his life with a never give up attitude. His hard-working spirit, no matter how bad things may look for you today, God can turn it around. Papa's legacy to his boys was an example of how to treat their wives and always take care of their family. To his girls, hard work and to be independent. I want to end today in saying that he had a passion for this church as well, and for the praise team, the dance team, and I can tell you, he is just enjoying all that is going on here today, and this is a true reflection of the man that Egbert Papa Aikens was. Thank you.